Hey guys, my name's Dave, and I'm going to be answering the questions for our video discussion board. I have a special guest named Belle here. Hello. Sorry. Anyway, so fitness is basically, for the first question, what does fitness mean in evolutionary terms? And when it comes to crickets, what does fitness mean? So fitness is essentially what natural selection is focused on, and it describes the ability to both survive and reproduce. So essentially how successful an organism is at reproducing. And when it comes to crickets, fitness basically means, for them anyway, it gives them an ability to reproduce over each other. So, like in our story, one cricket was chirping and one wasn't. One was being the sneaky cricket. So it's basically how one cricket can survive over another one and reproduce to continue their place in the ecosystem. So all organisms that are living play a vital role in our ecosystem, and crickets are another important have an important role. They break down plant material and renew soil minerals, and obviously are another important source of food for other animals. So for the second question, is calling good or bad for a cricket's fitness? It's obviously good because it increases the chances of male crickets to find a mate. Females are attracted to that call, the chirping, and they come over, and it gives the cricket a chance to have that mate. In a perfect world, there wouldn't be any sneaker crickets or predators to hear the cricket chirping and either come and get the cricket and kill it, or to come and sneak in and swoop in and get the potential mate that the original cricket was chirping. So it's bad at the same time because of that. Because that it can attract predators, or it can attract sneakers to come in and disrupt all the hard work that the cricket's doing to try to attract a mate. Alright, and for the third question, describe 3 different examples in this cricket story of selection at work and limiting traits in crickets that did not enhance their survivability. So I think the first example itself is just the sneaker cricket. He's going to be able to pass on his gene to the next generation with the cricket that he stole from the cricket that was chirping. The second example is the bat, or the predators. He's going to eat the cricket who was using one of his traits to attract the mate. So the poor cricket was just sitting over there just chirping, and here comes the predator and bat to get him, while the other cricket just gets to hang out at home and just come in and just take the cricket that the chirping one was just trying to get so badly. And I think the third example is probably the crickets who see this, who see, hey, I don't have to chirp anymore. I can just hang out, sit back, wait for the other guys to do all the hard work, and then go get the female that's hearing that. So if all these crickets started using that strategy, no females would be attracted at all. Number 4. So I think that the natural selection occurring in this story is disruptive. I was a little on the cusp between that and directional, but directional more occurs when natural selection favors one extreme of continuous variation. I think it's disruptive because both individuals at the extreme edge of the range, which is the cricket that is using the chirping trait, as well as the sneaker cricket who's not using, who's using a different trait, but is at the opposite end of the spectrum. Both of those crickets are going to be able to mate. And like we were talking about before, in a perfect world where there's no predators or sneaker crickets, the cricket who's chirping is going to find a mate. And also in this scenario, the sneaker cricket is going to mate as well. So I think those two, thinking about it, are kind of at the extreme end. So I think it's a good example of disruptive natural selection. Alright, the final question of the week. Which specific way is the actual environment itself influencing cricket calling? And that would be the heat. So when it's hotter, the crickets will start chirping more. If the crickets are chirping more, obviously they're using that natural trait instead of being a sneaker cricket. So if they do that, then they'll be attracting mates through that way instead of the sneaker cricket that are going. And yeah, that's it. This was fun. All right, thanks. See you next time.